Hey y'all, Lady Empath 1111, guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Queen of Kings Tarot, where behind every king is his queen, and that is us, the divine feminine. Of course, our kings are the divine masculine. All right, y'all, let's get into the energy. I see a divine masculine here who's planning. Someone could work outdoors. I'm seeing gardening. I'm seeing a tractor, right? But this is someone who is beginning to plan. It's been slow. It has, because this is the Knight of Pentacles. So this is someone who's very strategic. But this is also someone who is growing. I got the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. So this is someone who has this new inspiration, new idea, new drive, right? This has a lot to do with emotional growth and stability, where this person is now beginning to see where they needed to elevate within themselves, where they needed to pour into themselves, where they needed to find balance within their spirituality, right? As well as their 3D. It's like the balancing of the 3D and 5D aspects of your person at this time. Now, I do see that there is an issue though, because this is someone who's been very indecisive about what happiness looks like. Like what does family look like? What does community look like? Like what does happiness truly looks like? I feel like you showed this person, because this is someone who is highly attracted to you. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of chemistry, but this is someone who also needed to make decisions for themselves about what they wanted for themselves, because this is someone who comes from a either non-traditional family dynamic, meaning they could come from a home where it's a same-sex household. Maybe they were raised with two moms or two dads. I'm definitely seeing something that is unconventional or non-traditional about the way this person was raised. So this could even been an unhealthy family dynamic. But this is someone who is now inspired to make this decision to end some type of cycle in their life, because this is someone who is setting themselves free, but there was a lot of fear. Like there was definitely a lot of fear and indecision between when it came to making decisions on how to move this union forward. See, this is someone who knows that they don't want to lose you, right? But they didn't really understand the meaning of life. Like you've begun to impart something within this divine masculine that now they want to understand life at a deeper level, the meaning of life. What does that mean? See, this is someone who's always considered you forever. There's your channel song, Forever My Lady by Jodeci. But this is someone who needed to make some type of decision, right, on what it is that they wanted to do, what makes them happy. Again, what does that look like? This is an emotional maturity is what I'm seeing. Someone's emotional intelligence is heightening, and they had to make some type of decision to understand what their emotions were in order to take action and communicate. This is someone who now is beginning to tap into their own emotions, and now they are inspired to take action. But it started with them merging their 3D reality with the 5D purpose within them. That's the Temperance card. That is the balance. So now you have someone who is inspired to take some type of action with you, but they had to be able to see something for themselves first. This is someone who now is beginning to understand, child, yeah, the toxicities of what was keeping them stuck. And a lot of it had to do with an unhealthy family dynamic or people around them that kept them seeing themselves opposite to how they see you, which is crazy. See, this is someone who looked at you and they saw you in one particular way, but they looked at themselves and saw themselves as the complete opposite of who you were. And this has a lot to do with their own internal healing that needed to take place within this person in order for them to truly understand. June 10th could be significant, or October 6th. See, this is someone who is now beginning to October the 8th, I'm also hearing, or June 18th, October 18th. Right? But this is someone who they begin to kind of sit under the trees and begin to examine some things. I feel like these moon cycles have been very important for this divine masculine, because they're sitting and they're really beginning to introspect. And what they are introspecting on is those subconscious fears that have kept them stuck and guarded. This is someone who's now beginning to let their guards down. They don't have to protect themselves, but when you grow up in a broken environment where you need to heal, you don't always recognize who you are. July 17th could be significant. July 18th could be significant as well. But this is someone who is now understanding the necessity to end some things, right? One, starting with their own wish fulfillment. This is LMA. See, this is someone who's now taking responsibility for their own happiness. See, this is someone, confirmation, right? that they may have looked in on others or towards others to bring about wish fulfillment. Now they are understanding that they are the catalyst to their own change, right? They have to make those decisions for themselves. Just want to love you my whole life. Do it for you. I'm going to make time. I want to kick it until midnight just to be with you till the sunrise. See, this is someone through their transformation. They want to spend more time with you. They want to really truly begin to understand things at a deeper level. But this is a transformation towards their own happiness. This is someone who is now inspired to take action towards their own growth and maturity. They have new ideas of what makes them happy. This is someone who now had to sit back and understand the obstacles or challenges that the two of you guys have had, but they are beginning to see it and heal it. See, there's a transformation that's taking place that's shown this divine masculine that you are a part of their purpose, and whatever it is that they've been holding on to, right? Whatever this is that they've been holding on to, they've had to begin to examine if it's been stopping them, right, from moving into real love. See, this is someone who now begins to understand those things that they have been holding on to, the betrayals of their past, right? The negativity, the heartache, the heartbreak, the backstabbing. All of this has stopped this person in their pursuit to purpose and their pursuit of happiness. And now they are understanding, right, that they have to continue to move through consistently through their growth. But this hasn't been an easy process. Like, this is someone who's been self-medicating, right? They could be drinking, right? Because now they're beginning to see you in a different light. They're beginning to recognize, like, they could even see you on a stage or performing. Like, this person could have saw you performing, and whatever it is that they saw is now making them want to take action towards what inspires them, because they recognize the star power or the star quality in you. And now they need to take action on their own to do the same within themselves. See, there's been a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty. This person couldn't see, right? They couldn't see their own internal strength. And as you begin to walk in your strength and your confidence, it's allowed them to see where they fell short, right? Where they could have been imbalanced in their own confidence and what it is that they were creating for themselves. But this is someone who's working diligently to show up and be who you need them to be and who you deserve them to be, is what I'm hearing. This is someone who's working hard. Like, someone could be a seamstress, or someone could be a tailor. Like, you could tailor clothes, but this is someone who sees you walking in that independent, lovely energy. Someone's favorite color could be red, and they want to build and work with you the way that you've built and worked with them. See, you've been patient with this person, right? You really have been patient, and you showed them something within themselves. And a lot of the confusion and the indecision was because this is someone who didn't understand how to follow their own intuition. This is someone who could have recently gotten a reading or seen a reading, and what they found out is that there had been a lot of gossip and rumors that were taking place around this union. Now they're beginning to understand the need to balance their own life. This is someone who could have gotten a reading, and the person told them that, look, you got to balance the people around you because there's too much fighting. There's too much chaos. There's too much competition. I see a girl fight, right? So this is someone who through hermit mode has begun to introspect, and they heard, yeah, your channel song made for me. The reader could have told this person, or through some type of introspection, whether this is a reader or a direct message from God, that you were made for this person and that they were made for you. But this is someone who had to do their own introspection to be able to see that. You can't tell someone. God has to be able to show them who it is and what it is that they're meant to be. This is someone who's reading, they're studying, they're really beginning to, hell, they might be a reader, right? Or they could be studying tarot, because I definitely see someone who is now beginning to understand at a deeper level where they invested their time and attention, and they have to let that go. Like, this could have even been something that the reader said, is that, hey, you got to evaluate, right, where you've been investing your time. Because if you don't have boundaries with people, then you have to expect the betrayal. Like, this is someone who maybe they were, like, surprised by the betrayal, but whatever they've been holding on to has been keeping them out of balance. This is something also I feel like either God told this person or this reader, that a lot of the imbalances in your life is because of those things that you're holding on to. And these are the things that's keeping codependent situations or enabling, right? So this is someone who now has to realize that they have been giving to situations that were not giving to them. And now that they begin to understand that, now they can walk in the power of who they are as your divine counterpart. Now we have a pair. Now we have the King and Queen of Wands. But it's not until your person begins to realize some of the betrayals through this introspection or this reading. Again, take it how it resonates. If your person is into tarot, they definitely got a reading, or they saw a reading, or they came across something, or again, it could have just been them reading and studying. And what they also realize is that they have been resistant to the transformation that God had been trying to show them, right? In order for them to come in and be with you and make you any type of offer and take action, it starts with them releasing anything that's been counterproductive to their own transformation. Now your person understands that. See, there's a new passionate beginning that's taking place between you and this person, but you were honest. This person appreciates your direct communication and your honesty. Wow, I got the King and Queen of Swords. I do feel like both of you guys have a direct way of communicating with each other. You really do. Like a very direct way of communicating with each other. But the King and Queen of Swords both don't play, right? So you challenge this person to rise and open up their heart in a way that no one else has ever challenged them. See, this is someone who's saying, look, are you going to elevate to this level of union, right? Of this partnership, right? Are you going to be open to love? And I feel like you've challenged this person to grow up and to elevate, and they have. And now this is someone who's beginning to recognize anything that is keeping them in this immature, low vibrational energy. Why? Because you are the Empress. You create the beginnings that you want. And when you realize that, you become more open to what the universe is showing you, because then you take control of your life. Let's get you some advice, guys. All right. So patience. You need to be patient. Something still needs to be dealt with for this connection to manifest, right? But you're still being called to take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. This is teaching. I heard a teaching moment of divine timing. This is teaching you how to be patient. Child, we got patience out here twice. Be patient while things are unfolding. This connection is worth the wait. This is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. True and lasting love is here for you. This is the prototype. This is what you've prayed for. This is what you've manifested. Someone's name could be Savannah or Christina or Chrissy. Someone could be from Savannah. I'm hearing Georgia. Someone could be from Georgia. You just got to continue to put yourself first. Loving yourself makes you more romantically attractive, because this is true love. You're just waiting on divine timing. So just continue to pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities that the universe is sending you. You have been noticing they are not coincidences, right? The signs, the synchronicities, y'all, they're not coincidences. It is the universe speaking. Love and light as always. The Lady Empath, 1111.